Gotta stay hydrated. I'm so excited.
What it takes to come alive.
Okay, so happy 6 months to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Vero. Vero's Vision. Say it any way you please. Remember that? They call me that because there's nothing I can't see. Clock it. No, but seriously, like my spirit team, my spirit guides be telling me everything. Everything I need to know, at least. Like, I may not have the details 100%, but I know enough. And, you know, even my earth angels, like people who are guides to me, here on TikTok, well, on TikTok, I'm on TikTok too, but here on YouTube, I hope YouTube don't get mad that I called it TikTok. I'm sorry, YouTube. I love you, YouTube. YouTube fam be showing me mad love. So, yeah, I'm just so happy we hit like 100 subscribers. I kind of had a goal of more, but it's still good. Like, it's still worth celebrating. It's still a reason to keep going. And I know that, you know, my content is not like the best at 100% yet, but I'm getting there. You know, I'm learning as I go. And, you know, I'm thankful for people that are still encouraging me and pushing me and giving me like criticism, like good criticism for me to correct later on. And don't worry, y'all, I ordered a mic. Sorry, I have a soft-spoken voice, but I ordered a mic. I had my little mic, but as y'all can tell from the previous videos, if you've been watching them, they did not sound that great. So I'm just ordering like a desktop microphone and we'll see how that works. I'm so excited. But, you know, hopefully like it's not in the way or anything, like it doesn't bother y'all. We'll see how it goes. YouTube isn't necessarily like always need to be podcast style, but I consider this like a podcast. You're listening to me. I also consider this a conversation with y'all, because y'all are always welcome to join, and like any little thing that you like pops up in your head, I want to know. Like, I want to know right in the comments. This is a conversation, and God is here, God is present, so anything you say as well, you know, behind closed doors, in front of closed doors, he gonna hear it. So why don't you just put it in the chat, okay? We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it. But yeah, no, I'm always so nervous like to come on here and talk to you guys. If you can't tell already, maybe that's why I'm so soft-spoken, but you know, we're gaining the confidence little by little. And you know, I can kind of tell like the difference, you know, my first video versus this video. I don't even know how many videos I've made so far, including shorts and everything, but you know, I'm always torn between the two, like shorts or long form content, just because I'm a yapper. And you know, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, I'm always so nervous to come here and talk and sit down and talk to y'all, because I'm like, what am I gonna talk about? When I'm gonna start something, the first step is always the hardest for me, and it's actually like just starting it, like just initiating it. But after that, like after I'm already sitting here, baby, the messages be coming, and like I just can't, the words just spill and I just can't stop talking. That's why I be like cutting the video. I just be repeating stuff sometimes, or just like blabbing my mouth off, and I'm just like, oh my god, like stop, Veronica. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of that resembles my life right now. Like, always just starting is so hard for me. Starting a project, starting a new job, starting a new place, like starting anything, you know what I'm saying? Starting a new relationship, starting a new friendship, just like everything is there, but then it's just me, like I just hesitate. And I don't know why. Like, you may look at me and be like, oh, she's so confident with herself. You may think I'm so like full of myself, but really like I am so sensitive deep down, and like I wouldn't say insecure. I'm not insecure, but like I do overthink a lot. And so that's my problem. It's just like I need to stop overthinking. I need to stop doing too much. That's been a big message, is like stop doing so much. Like, even just before this song, you know how TikTok be putting like random sounds for you? They be speaking to me through those songs, yo. Like, I'll just be recording, just starting to record, not even like, oh, let me upload a video and they read the video and put a sound. No, I would just start to record and it would be a song. Like, the song was like, slow down, I just want to get to know you. But it was basically like, slow down, slow your roll, honey. Yeah, that's big for me because once I do get started, I can't stop. I just be getting lost in the sauce. But anyways, yeah, you just, even if you don't know where the road is heading, like, it could be scary. Like, that's another thing, is like, apart from the overthinking, apart from the doubt, it's like it could be scary because you don't know what's waiting for you on the other side, but you have to try. One of my favorite other guides here on YouTube was saying like, oh, like, the road is still gonna be there. Even though it's foggy, the road is still there. You can still trust to follow it and keep walking along or driving along that path. And that really reminded me of like, to just trust, and just trust in the universe, trust in God, and keep walking on this path, because you know that it's still there, that it's leading to somewhere, and that you have to try to get through it, through the storm, through the fog. And so that's a lot like trusting in God. And it's funny because I finished my other vision boards for these months, and I just wanted to share this one because yes, I'm a brat. So it just says caminando con el maestro Jesús Cristo. So that's walking with our teacher Jesus Christ, and it has footprints in the sand. So, you know, that's been a big message. You know, it's just following his road, following the road that he's leading you on, and just trust him, like, trust fully. And I have trust issues. Like, me and God been working on that because I have big trust issues. And God is like, God said, I am the truth, honey. I am the truth. You are the truth. Okay? Like, you're gonna show everybody that you can trust the process and you can trust God. He basically said that. And sometimes I still don't listen. Sometimes I take my own path because I'm just so stubborn and I'm a brat, like I said. So, you know, my pride, my ego, my stubbornness, it just distracts me. And he humbles me. Like, he'd be like, are you sure? Are you sure, honey? Like, they'd be so funny. It'd be so funny. But, you know, I also think it's like part of our higher selves talking to us, you know? Like, if you believe in the multiverse and all that, it's like there's a version of you, like the one that you're dreaming about in the future that already accomplished things, and you are being led by that person. So if you want, you can look at it that way as well. But like, obviously, like, sometimes, like, yeah, like, I do things for my future self and I'm like, wow, like, I love myself for just doing that for myself, you know? Like, it could be the simplest things, like the littlest things, like putting in my calendar to do something, and then I forget, and then I'm like, wow, I love myself because I already put it in my calendar. I already put an alarm for it. So, you know, do things for you. Do things that, you know, you wish other people were doing for you, and just do it for yourself, and trust that the harder you work, the more dedicated and devoted that you are, that you will seek those rewards. And it's funny because apart from my scrap journal, vision journal, I have La Biblia aquí that I've been reading lately. Like, as you can see, I was taking some notes and doing my little cutouts, and these are just some bookmarks that I use. Like, I cut this out as a bookmark, and it says, all things work for good. Wait. All things work for good for those who love God. Romans 8:28-30. So, like, the way that I've been doing it is that I just open a random page and I'll read that chapter. Like, just if I see a quote or anything, I'll just go and look it up real quick, and then I'll read the whole chapter and stuff. So I just find that a little bit more productive than me trying to read the book from front to back, or just, I know they sell like new Bibles and things like that you can write notes and things, but I don't know if it's exact, like word for word, because they look really thin and little. So I'm like, I need like the real thing, and then I'll just take my own notes and stuff in my own journal and mark it and stuff like that myself. I'd rather have it all in there than like be missing some pieces, you know what I mean? But anyways, enough about that, because I know everybody doesn't really read the Bible. It's just like, I wanted to tell you what I'm doing, just in case like it inspires you or you get an idea from it as well. And you know, it's not that bad. Like, I thought it was gonna be like more like strict and like religious, but really it's like very inspirational, very it's making me a little bit more faithful, like, as you can tell. It's so funny because this morning I get out, like, I'm doing my morning routine and whatever, blah blah, and I come out and I tell my mom, and I'm like, wow, like, mami, Dios me ama, like, God loves me, like, God really loves me, like, he's showing me that right now, because, you know, I was going through tough things, like little things, and, you know, still going through it, but with a smile on my face, because it's like I see the reminders and I see everything that is being done for me behind the scenes, and everything that I didn't see, I can trust that he is dealing with it, and I don't need to know what was done behind closed doors or said behind closed doors about me, because he tells me. My spirit guides tells me, and or they won't tell me just to protect me, but they'll be like, watch out for that person. Like, literally, what was it that I got a warning about? I got a warning about someone, and it just popped up randomly on my phone. It said, God is warning you about someone with the letter blank. I'm not gonna say the letter, but somebody with the letter blank. And I knew who it was right away, and I was like, wow, like, that's weird, like, I never see this on my phone, like so direct like that. And I've been asking, like, praying, like, can you be more direct with me? Like, I am a girl that you just need to be direct with me, like, you just need to say it straight up, and that's the only way I'm gonna really understand. I don't know, maybe I'm slow, maybe I don't pick up on riddles, maybe I don't pick up on, like, hidden meanings and things like that. I don't see that as a bad thing, but, like, I just be like, can you just tell me, like, straight up, please? Like, communicate very well with me. And I feel like that wins a lot of my trust, you know, especially with people. So I feel like I could really trust in God now, and now I need to prove that he can trust me, right? Because, like I said, like, I be trying to go on my own path, trying to do my own thing, like, oh, I'm good though, oh, but it's not gonna be that much of a risk. I know what I'm getting myself into. But yeah, no, Veronica, you don't. And then God is like, oh, you do now, huh? So you're God now, huh? You know your future, huh? Ah, pues tú te manejas, tú te controlas tú misma. Yo, it's like I'm being parented again, but, like, we have free will, and we still get to have fun and enjoy life and enjoy the rewards. So it's not so much as parenting, but it's like choosing to do good, choosing to follow his footsteps and follow the light. And maybe it is because I'm reading this book and I'm reading everything that they're doing for him, but it is inspiring me, it is influencing me, and it is making my life better. So, you know, it just speaks for itself. But yeah, I feel like no matter what I go through, I know that no matter how tough it is, as long as I stay focused and trust, that I'll be good, you know, because I'm such a hopeless romantic. Like, I be wanting to find love and, like, real love, and that's, like, non-existent in this generation. So I feel like, you know, sometimes I am being protected from, you know, these vampires and whatever. We found love in a hopeless place. We found love in a hopeless place. I don't know why that came in my head. I think I was singing that earlier. But yeah, I am a hopeless romantic. Like, that's my weakness. But God still got me. He's like, honey, not that one. Honey, you can move on. But yeah, I just know that God still got me. And, you know, every time I give more love, he gives me more love too. So I know that I can't lose as long as I have love in my heart, and, you know, I keep focused, I'm good. And I'm not gonna say that that's easy, it's not easy. There's gonna be nights where you're on your knees praying and crying, but you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work to find better, to get better. And you know, that's why it starts with little things like breathing and self-care and self-love and prayer. Little by little you'll get there. It's not gonna be like an overnight thing either. Yeah, and I just feel like the more you give, the more you receive. And I'm not saying that because like, oh, you should just be a nice person, you should just be a good Samaritan, you know, because that's what God wants. No, I'm saying that because I've learned it the hard way, the ugly way, and I'm warning y'all. So don't say I didn't warn ya. But yeah, karma is real. Okay, we are karma. If you have other people's name in your mouth, if you have this bad energy, if you are hating on someone, you know, for no reason or just because of envy or whatever it is, that's why I don't even bother. Like, I just rather be in my peace because I don't want that bad karma. Just as much as you give good to receive good, if you give bad, you're gonna receive bad too. If you give lazy, if it's giving lazy, you gonna get lazy. If it's giving, you know, you gonna get slow results. So just think about your energy. Think about your aura. Think about your mood, your emotions, and how it's affecting everything around you. Just be aware, okay? And go take a class, go learn, read a book, go do something, go touch grass, go do something new. Okay, I know it's hard in the winter. That's why I moved down here, because your environment really matters. But find those places of zen. That's what I used to do. Like, if I couldn't go outside, which is like, nature is really big for me, water is really healing for me, you know, if you can't go on a vacation or do anything like that, make sure you're finding a place where you can take that break, where you can be in that zen, where you can be in that peace. That's what I used to do. You know, if I got tired of being in my room, I went to the other room. If I got tired, I went to the bathroom. I went outside. I went downstairs to my family. I went somewhere, you know? And just being out, like, my ears are ringing. But just being in that, like, state of flow, you know? Like, for me, it's easy with water and, like, with breath work. But maybe it's different for you. Maybe you want to go exercise. Maybe you want to do some stretches. You know what I'm saying? Like, find what it is for you that brings you peace and use that for when you're about to crash out, so they say. And you know, whatever's making you crash out, like, maybe it's time to cut the tie with that. You know, if it's not bringing you more peace, then maybe it's not meant to be a part of your world, or maybe you're meant to work on it. But you know, be full of love and don't be getting taken advantage of either. You know, cut ties with those that are, you know, either taking advantage of you or that you can't trust already, or you know, you don't gotta cut ties, but like keep at a distance. And I think that was my message for today. Trust and live more. Live more. Because, you know, I tend to be pessimistic sometimes too. Like, as much as you see me like la di da di da, I have a very, very dark side somewhere in my brain too. And like the shadow side, I guess, the shadow aspect they refer to it as. But I try to do whatever I can to not listen to that. Like, I know that sometimes, like, I've learned that sometimes things that are calling to me is actually temptation. And these big words, I used to hate to hear all these big words before, but now I'm like, yeah, like, that's temptation. Yeah, that's the devil. Yeah, that's Satan right there. I don't care, because that's the only way that I'm able to, like, know right from wrong. You get what I'm saying? Like, if I start to justify it, which I'm very empathetic, as you may or may not know, but I have a big heart and I make a lot of excuses for a lot of behavior, a lot of things. And that's something that that God has been teaching me, humbling me about. And that's what it is like, having those boundaries and knowing right from wrong, truly, because I start to blur that image. I start to put those rose-colored lenses on again. And, you know, you have to just keep taking them off, keep reminding yourself, like, to keep taking them off, or just not be tempted to even wear them. I hope you're getting that analogy. But yeah. I think that was the message that I had today. But, you know, apart from that, like, a little life update, I would say, you know, I am doing some new content, changing it up a bit. So, you know, like I said, I used to do things for fun, whatever, random posts, la da da da. But I also don't want to like be like ad seller person. I'm learning. So I'm just trying to find a balance of like what kind of content I want to do on my short form and stuff like that, because I just have so many ideas. And like I said, I get so overwhelmed, and so I like start to overthink it a lot, and I just start to, you know, put things out there. But I'm still finding, you know, exactly what it is, and I feel like it's coming together. It's coming together slowly, like that road. Like, I don't see the bigger picture yet, but it's coming. And, you know, I started some new projects, so make sure you guys, you know, go check out my other pages and see what else I'm up to. I post a lot of more real time on my Instagram stories. Like, I love Instagram stories, but I don't post that much on Instagram. Like, I don't make that much posts. I did post one recently. And then I feel like TikTok is my main homepage, and obviously like TikTok is more just for fun, but like I'm trying to take it more serious now. And obviously like YouTube, I take it very seriously, and you know, trying to just merge the two, you get me? Like TikTok and YouTube, just trying to merge it a little bit. And you know, I'll still be on Instagram just real time, but like I don't know, like I'm just not feeling the vibes on there. I don't know, like I just feel like everything's so fake now. And like with AI, like everybody wants to work with AI, and I don't see the point in that. Like I want to see what happened to seeing the real raw version of things, you get me? And so I'm not 100% supportive of AI, but I think it's a good tool either way, just as social media is. And that's just things that we have to accept in this new world. So yeah, my battery's dying, so I gotta go. But isn't this crazy? This time has just been so crazy. I can feel the new year kind of like submerging, like us submerging into the new year already. Like I can start to feel the change now. And I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or the blood moon that we just had, the full moons, the time change. Spring is coming, so a lot of changes, a lot of changes. I think spring and this time like really signifies and emphasizes that change. So we have to take advantage of that and try to improve in a good way, not a bad way, not let it bring us down. But yeah, I wish you guys all the best. Stay strong, stay hopeful, stay faithful. We'll get there little by little, step by step. You know, you have your whole life to live. Why stress about one moment in time? You know, think about your future self, think about your childhood self, and that is the version of you that you want to start working on right now. Okay? Like, what would you tell your younger self, and what would you want your older self to tell you? Go think about that. All right, have a good night, or whatever time you're watching this. Bye.